Did you feel you were addressing a man who had answers?
You know, Sean, no, you could argue that he seemed clueless about it, but it's really a little more sinister than that. He says he did that memo himself, gave a direction to the FBI to engage nationwide with people at all levels of government to counter or strategize against what he described as threats. And then he says he's got to happen immediately. And then he says, "Oh, I don't know if those meetings are happening or not." As I said to him in the end, wow, it appears there's nothing but political animus, political hostility behind his act. And this is a guy who they talked about making a Supreme Court justice. He's the preeminent leading law enforcement agent in the country, devoted supposedly to the idea of depoliticizing justice. My goodness, what are Americans to conclude? So it's not just that he's clueless. That's the best explanation for it. It's probably, I mean, it seems to me much worse.
Yeah, when you pay attention to what was said yesterday, one of the biggest standout moments, at least for those in the media, was that how he got his updates on what's happening were from news outlets, and I found it out in the paper.
When all this broke, I was so stunned by it just on my own. You know, sometimes it takes a little bit of time for these things to capture attention. I saw that one immediately, and I said, "What in the world?" And I actually went through that School Boards Association letter. There were 20 sources cited for this notion that there were threats and violence. There's nothing. Even the things they cited, there were like 3 instances where somebody hit somebody. There were a few trespass arrests. One guy shattered a glass door. This is not a nationwide scope of threatening conduct that's got some sort of coordination that calls for bringing in the National Security Division of the FBI, which is one of the things he said. And the fact that that was good enough for him to act in that way publicly and send a press release out, we're in bad shape. And it's always that the left accuses the right of what they're doing. This isn't, as I said, it is really, honestly, a lot of situations with the FBI has been misused in our history. That is the most blatantly political ever.